What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. We're going to be looking at the 5 champions who I think are underrated in this game and who are overlooked by a few players. So if you're new to the game, or if you're if you get these champions in a crystal, then just don't be disheartened, because these are usable champions. I like to say that not all champions are bad. They're just, some champions are slightly useless. Some are more useful than others. There's no such thing as a bad champion, because at the end of the day, you can take out any defender or any opponent using any other champion. So don't brand, you can't brand them as bad champions. It's how useful they are against different matchups. But anyway, we reached 20. Just to mention, we reached 20 likes in that Domino video. So we're going to be doing a Cavalier opening, hopefully tomorrow on Wednesday, or when the new featured one comes, because I think Cull Obsidian is coming out in crystals soon, or Ebony Moor. I'm hoping it's Ebony Moor. I don't know. I need to check the news, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below. But yeah, we reached 20 likes. Thank you again for the support. The channel's growing quite quickly. I'm always gassed looking at my sub count and seeing it go up. And also, thank you for 200 subscribers. It means a lot, and I'm sure that I'll put out more videos that's going to be helpful and going to be enjoyable for you guys. So anyway, let's get into the video. So the first champion I think who's underrated but has so much to offer in this game is the Hood. Now, his base attack is really good in my opinion. These champions did carry me through from Act 4 to Uncollected, and also in later parts in Act 5 as well. So these champions are really good in my opinion. But yeah, so Dormammu, I've got him awakened. So with his awakened ability, it states with some help from Dormammu, the Hood learns to better harness his demonic equipment. So he has this invisibility, and the Hood becomes stun immune when he's in cooldown, and his base attacks have a 43% chance to steal 10% of the opponent's power, which is quite useful in matchups like Hyperion, or like when you're fighting a power gain on a power gain node. This champion can be really useful. So to get into invisible mode, you have to dash back and hold block for 1.5 seconds. He has an 88% chance to stagger on critical hits, which can stagger an opponent's debuff. So this is why he's quite good against Hyperion. He's good against Venom as well. He's really good against Venom. Who else is he good against? He's good against most champions that gain buffs basically. So heavy attacks, they refresh any shock, hex, stagger, or bleed. So you can, like I said, staggering on the critical hits. You can get a shock when you use a special 1. You can get a bleed or a hex when you use a special 2, and the special 3 as well. You can get a bleed. So this champion is really good. Brought me through a lot of Act 4 and Act 5. I sometimes use him as well when there's a Hyperion, in a quest, and sort of. I know I've got a magic, but sometimes I like to bring Hood for that extra damage, because he's got that shock, that bleed. Hyperion's not shock immune or bleed immune, so he's really good against Hyperion. I think, in my opinion, he's one of the best Hyperion killers out there. Him, Stark Spidey, Magic, they're all pretty good. But we move on to the second champion, who is Crossbones. Now, Crossbones is a hard-hitting champion. If you haven't done the Road to Labyrinth, he's going to be your MVP. If you have him, he's going to be your MVP. He's got really good base attack. He's got Fury, which can stack up, I think, to 5 Furies, or you can go higher than 5. You can, I think you go to I once had 7 Furies on me, but you don't need to have him awakened. But obviously the awakened ability can be quite useful. He's got this sort of ability where he can shrug debuffs off. He's got a good he's got obviously the Furies. He's got special attack. The first special attack can get a Fury buff for 8.5 seconds. Special 2, he can incinerate the opponent. and then special 3, using this attack instantly refreshes the cooldown time on the overrun. So he's really good in this game, in my opinion. MVP for Road to Labyrinth. You don't need to rank him up to rank 5. Rank 4 is good enough. That's where he is at the moment for me. I might rank 5 him. Never know. But yeah, he's really good in my opinion. Overlooked by quite a lot of people when they put him in crystals, but you know, I really like him. So don't be disheartened if you get him in a crystal. But we move on to the third champion of this video, and it is going to be Rogue. Rogue is probably one of my favourite champions in the game to date. I still use her, even though I have like Archangel, Gwenpool, Blade, Domino. I still use her now and again in uncollected difficulty and event quests. When I was 100%ing at like 5, I used her quite a bit. She's got this sort of when a debuff is placed on her, she has a 70%. It decreases the duration of the debuff by 70%. Special attack 1 can but it can replicate the opponent's buffs. So if they're Fury or Power Gain, she can sort of take it away from them, but they'll still have it, but she'll take it as well. She also has this lifesteal as well, which is extremely good. You can regen her up quite quickly. Her special 2 can power steal, so taking away the power of an opponent and giving you the power instead, which is pretty good. And special 3 can also power steal, and this is very potent. I've seen a lot of videos of special 3 Rogue using a special 3, and she power steals so much that she gains 3 bars of power again, and then they can just keep on spamming the special 3s. So she's really good. One of my favorite champions in the game, and she's hard hitting as well. A really good defender as well in war, if you're looking for a war defender. So if you get in a crystal, don't be too sad, because she's extremely good in my opinion. But yeah, the next one we have is my first ever 4-star. Carried me through literally like most of the content in the game. Act 1, maybe Act 2 or 3, or whenever I got him to the end of Act 5 at least. He was one of the best champions that I've used. He's got this bleed, which is not, he doesn't put a debuff on the opponent, but it's sort of like a deep wound. So with his cutlass, he can put a deep wound, and it does additional damage to the opponent. He's got evade, which is it's like a sort of a passive evade, but when you use a special 1, he gains this. He gains an evade buff. He's also got a high crit rating as well. He's just overall really good. He's got this swashbuckling mode, which is sort of his combat mode. He doesn't have a passive evade when he's in combat mode, and that's sort of how you, if you're fighting against him in war, that's like how you work around him. But he's really good. His attack is really good as well. Has a lot of damage, a lot to offer as well. So if you ever get him in a 5-star crystal or 4-star crystal, don't be too sad about it, because he's really good. Really good as well when you're starting off your account. So yeah. And the next one we have, the next champion we have is Hawkeye, the king of power control, in my opinion. So he doesn't offer a lot, but what he offers is really good. So he's got this bleed, which on his special 1 and special 2, it does so much damage to the opponent. But his special 1 can also deplete up to 40% of the target's max power, which is extremely good. Fights like Hyperion, even Doctor Strange as well can be quite good against power gain nodes. No, he was really good for me in variant 1. Used him for the majority of the fights in variant 1. So he's a really good champion. He's one of the best skill champions in the game, in my opinion. And you know, we've got Aegon, Blade. Who else we got as a skill champion who's really good in the game? Killmonger's quite good. So we've got all of those champions, but he's up there, and he's been in this game for ages. So he's one of my first 4 stars as well. Most of these characters, I think, most of these characters have been with me in the early stages of the game, and I have moved on really quickly in the to where I am now. So these champions were really good for me, and obviously you need to have a certain level of skill to use these champions effectively, but like you could practice and practice to get better at the game. It's easy to get better at the game, but yeah, using these champions, do not be disheartened if you get Hawkeye in a 5-star crystal. When I got him as a 5-star, I was so happy. But yeah, so that's all the list that we have. But we do have some honorable mentions, such as Ultron and Vision. So they're both robots, which mean they are both poison and bleed immune. Any robot in the game is really good, because you know, like now you've got these biohazard paths in Act 6 and Act 5. So these champions are really useful in those sort of matchups. Ultron has, like, he can inflict bleed, he's got his passive evade, he can stun opponents, so he's really good. He's a hard hitting champion as well. He can also regen as well, which can be useful sometimes if you get in a bit of a sticky situation. Vision, he's got this power still, which is extremely good on the special 1 and special 2. He's also the heal block on the special 2, so you know, he's also a good power control champion as well, just like Hawkeye. So he's also got power burn as well, which does additional damage to the opponent with his awakened ability. Who else have we got? We have Sentinel. He was really good for me, or he is really good for me. I use him a lot in Variant 2, in Act 6. I use him a lot as well. He's overlooked by quite a lot of people. When they pack him in a crystal, when they get him in a crystal, the 5-star crystal, they're kind of like, or the 6-star, they're kind of like, oh no. When I got him in a 6-star, I was quite happy. I mean, I'd take a Sentinel any day. You know, he's a robot, so he's got double immunity. He's got Incinerate on the special 2. The special 1, he's got heal block and armor break, and special 3, he's got this armor up buff. So he's really useful. He's great against Domino. He's such a good Domino counter. So yeah, those are the champions who I think are useful in the game. They're underrated, in my opinion. You know, there are, you can say I probably have missed a few champions. That might be because I don't have those champions, you know, ranked up, or such as, you know, Wolverine. I haven't got ranked up at like rank 4 or rank 3. I heard She-Hulk's got a new like buff in the game. So if I missed any champions, or if you have any suggestions of underrated champions that, you know, I may have pulled in my Cavalier Crystals, or you may have thought was crap or useless, but ended up to be good for you, let me know in the comment section down below. Yeah, so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if you're new to the game, those champions, if you ever get one of those champions, they'll get you through a lot of content. And I'll be doing the Cavalier opening for reaching 20 likes probably tomorrow. On the Wednesday, whenever the featured one comes out. I'm hoping it's Ebony Maw, and I'm hoping I pull it Ebony Maw for you guys, so we could do a rank up and gameplay of him. But yeah, if you haven't subscribe like always. Please like and comment, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.